Hi, welcome back to Drive to Five. I'm Rick. I'm sitting here in Topeka, Kansas right now, waiting to get loaded to go back to San Antonio, my home base, and thought I'd take this time to give a little more about me type video, talk about where I am in my journey so far, how I got into truck driving, and where it's led me to through that avenue, through my W-2. In 2019, my son was my youngest was getting ready to go to college, and I was exploring other ideas. I'd had all kinds of different jobs, including 10 years in the banking industry and then a little bit of bookkeeping after that. But I felt stuck. I didn't know where to go. I wasn't making a whole lot of money, and so I was talking to my son and told him that I was looking into the trades and was looking into trucking, and I was thinking about going into trucking when he was getting ready to go off to college. And he said, "That's fine, Dad. Do what you got to do." So, I had his okay to pursue that. And the reason why I say that is because I was going to let go of the apartment that we had, and so that's why I asked my son how he felt about that. So anyway, this was in 2019. I was exploring my options, um, and just doing research on different companies. And once I took him to college, a couple months later, I decided to go with a company that would provide training to get your license, your CDL license. And so I did that and went out of town and did that, and basically got my license, stayed with that company for a year, which was over the road trucking, so all through the United States. And I did that for a little over a year. I lived on the road. I saved as much money as I could. I was contributing to a Roth 401k, a little bit of precious metals, just to kind of diversify my things, as well as stack as much money. I wasn't making a lot originally with the company, but stacking as much money as possible, um, because I knew that end goal was I wanted to get into real estate. I had told my son that I planned on doing this no more than 10 years and building up a portfolio of real estate, and so that's the journey that I wanted to take. And so after that, I got a job where I didn't have to go over the road all the time, but I still basically lived out of my truck. I would stay with my brother at times. I would stay with my daughter at times, but I had like barely a day off, day and a half off. So other than that, I was just living out of my truck, saving on not having an apartment or many expenses. I had a paid off vehicle, um, so that is where my journey started in the trucking, and it's been the best for me because it's allowed me to save money, and I've earned a lot better income than I have on any of the other previous jobs. And so I did that for about 2.5 years. I had saved up some money. I'm originally from Southern California. I lived there my whole life. I wanted to make a change. I wanted to move out of state, experience life more. Um, I'm 48 years old now, and I wanted to just do something different, out of my comfort zone. So Texas was always a place that I wanted to go to. I didn't really want to go to the cold weather areas. So with the job I was with, I was able to find a transfer out to San Antonio. Never been to San Antonio before, but decided that's where I want to go. And I was able to find a transfer with my job. I packed up. I have a pickup truck with a camper shell. I threw all my few belongings that I had in the back of that pickup truck and just drove, not straight through, but I stopped. It took me 2 or 3 days, and I drove to San Antonio. Didn't know where I was going to live. I was planning on just staying in my truck when I could, and maybe getting a room or something on my days off. But thankfully, I got in touch with a realtor, through Bigger Pockets, who owns real estate in San Antonio, and he was able to guide me. He gave I talked to a previous person, and they had given me their lender, and I fortunately was able to get pre-approved with the lender. I wasn't sure that was going to happen because at the time before I started truck driving, I had recently been divorced. My credit was not great. I was trying to rebuild it, and so, but fortunately, I was able to get pre-approved for a home uh, when I got here to San Antonio. So this was at the time in 2022, the beginning of I moved to San Antonio in February 2022. The market was still hot, rates were still low, things were just going fast, and I was looking for a multifamily, a 2 to 4 unit property to house hack. But for one, they were out of my price range, and for two, they were just going fast because the market was still going up fast because the interest rates were low, and it was in that cycle of everybody snatching up homes. Um, Fortunately, with my realtor, we put in um, I want to say probably 10 offers on single family homes because I wasn't able to find any multifamily. Um, and just I was going to be an FHA loan, and it was getting turned down by was getting beat out by everybody else in non-finance FHA loans. And then the house, there came a house where I put an offer in, really nice house, 4 bedroom, 2.5 bath. Of course, I got beat out. I had to go way over asking, and I did. And they ended up accepting another offer that wasn't an FHA loan. And so I was like, okay, well, I guess we'll just keep going and see what else comes up. And then my week or two later, my realtor calls me and say, hey, you remember that house on this street? And I said, yeah. And he said, the agent called back and said, the person who won the got their offer accepted is asking for too much to be done on the house, and there's really nothing wrong with the house. And so the agent's pulling out and asked if you wanted it, and I said, yeah, definitely, I want it. So that is how I was able to get a house. I got a single family, 20. It's like 2,400 square feet, 2,300 square feet, 4 bedroom, 2.5 bath, 2 story, beautiful home. It needed some generic maintenance, paint and flooring and things like that. But I was fine with it. I can deal with it on my own. And that's how I won my listing. And my plan all along was to house hack because my kids are adults now and it's just me. So I have a 4 bedroom house. I live in one room. I'm on the road a lot. I'm home every week, but I'm not home every day. So I rent out the other 3 bedrooms. One of them, the master bedroom with its private bath, is currently on Airbnb. Probably going to be switching to long term soon. But it's currently on Airbnb. That's been okay, and I got some good leads through there. There's a guy that comes from Italy every few times a year and stays with me for about 3 weeks or a month. And then I've had a couple of other people who've been with me for a while, month to month, and it's been great. I've had a great experience with it. And so currently I don't have any rental properties, but that's where I'm starting at, is a single family home because I wasn't able to find a 2 to 4 unit um, in my area. So that's my journey so far. I've been in the house almost 2 years now. And so I'm putting seeds out there, trying to find potentially a flip property or a buy and hold on a seller finance or anything like that. So I appreciate you watching, and I hope to make more of these. I got to get out of my comfort zone and decide to make these videos because it's not easy for me. So thank you for watching, and we'll talk to you soon.